like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm your co-host Ted Jenkins, sitting here with my co-host Lee Hosman. Of course, our guest today, Anna Balkan Jewelry. Red carpet jewelry we're talking about today. We're talking about nationally in 400 stores, and a story that you're going to want to hear about an entrepreneur, because how many people come to this country with $100 in their pocket, do not speak the language, and now today have a national jewelry brand. That's not that easy to do that. As always, you can hear us on iHeartRadio. We are rising up the ranks as one of the top entrepreneur podcasts on iHeartRadio. You can always catch us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, anywhere around the internet. You need to hear from our some 200 entrepreneurs here in Atlanta and more than 800 across the United States. These are the stories of entrepreneurs that you want to know, so you can get the combination of book smarts and street smarts, so you too can be a successful entrepreneur.
So Anna, I don't know a lot about jewelry. Being a man and not shopping for jewelry frequently, what makes your store and your brand so unique in the marketplace?
So some of the things that are unique to what I do is I design with color. And when you start playing with color, you create almost like a dialogue between gems that is either balanced or unbalanced, and nothing in nature is symmetrical. So I don't design symmetry, I design balance. So one thing that I've learned about playing with color, not all colors look equally on different people's complexion, their skin tones, their eyes. So we actually, in the store, we work off of understanding what colors look good on whom, and we actually help clients try things that may have not considered but look amazing on them.
Now, we talked today on the program, and I got to make sure that you trademark the Queen of Color. Is the Queen of Color trademark?
I don't know.
I think we should do that after this show, right? Here we're saying it here.
Love that
we're
idea.
already like preempting getting the trademark, but we talked today about how wonderful a brand that you built and the way that you differentiate your brand. But as you hire more employees and they learn more about your jewelry business and the pieces that you make, how do you protect yourself? I always worried about in my business. I know Lee does. How does an entrepreneur watching this try to protect themselves from all that intellectual property that they create?
Well, one of the things I'll tell you right now is the day you want to protect yourself, be prepared with a lot of money, because you got to be willing to sue somebody over it. So
that's true.
That is the truth. At the end of the day, no matter what you do with trademarks, your trademark is only as good as your legal team. So I would say innovate, be who you are, leave everybody in the dust, just keep designing, keep being yourself. And I keep talking about authenticity, and I think authenticity and real you can never be copied.
It's very, very true. Well, Ted, I've known this young lady for many, many years, nearly 2 decades almost.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
crazy.
Yes.
And she is probably one of the most authentic people. But your store is what people love coming back to. And you're in the store designing, but you've talked so much on the show about your stylists and how they're almost an extension of you. How exactly do you build this environment in your store?
At first, when I opened the store, I have never had retail experience, so just kind of figure it out as you go along, and I am very opinionated. So I used to direct clients and be very decisive for them. And what I've learned is, as I brought employees, clients wanted to call me to get my opinion because I was decisive. So I've learned that what customers really need help with is almost have this authentic girlfriend next to them who can give them real opinion. So part of what I teach my girls, again, authenticity. I would love for them to have experience when customer comes in and they walk in and they meet their best friend. Somebody that just there to talk to them, to talk about their day, to help them look at different things. But it's a very joyful, very friend-like environment in my store. So yes, that's how I train them.
Can Lee and I was thinking today, since we're on the post-show wrap-up, I'm going to crack Lee up by saying this, by the way, in here, but we're not going to be able to learn Russian. We don't have enough time for that. But I always wanted to learn, like, English Russian, so if I'm saying it's no problem, but you're going to say it because you have that natural accent. How do Lee and I learn how to say that? I want to say that to somebody. It's no problem.
It's no problem.
We'll just take that soundbite, Ted, and just play it for some
Oh,
next
that's
time.
awesome. I feel like it's so much more demonstrative when
Absolutely.
you say it that way. I
When the
really
real
do.
Ruski does it.
Yeah. So for the people watching the post-show wrap-up and they want to learn more about how they can talk to you, set an appointment, come to your store, learn more, getting a piece of jewelry that's made by you, where you're talking about the kind of way that you curate the jewelry. How can they do that from watching the post-show wrap-up today?
So please come by my store in historic downtown Norcross. The address is 51 South Peachtree Street. And you also welcome to join us in celebration of 9 years of the
Congratulations.
retail on the street.
Wonderful.
Yes,
Well
September
done.
21st from 5 to 8 p.m.
Well, it's very good. Thanks for coming on the post-show wrap-up today. And, folks, this is what we talked about this on the regular podcast, but you have to make sure that you're supporting our local business owners here. Unfortunately, I don't want you to buy from the national chains. I want you to buy from your local vendors. They're the ones that put the jobs back in this Atlanta community and help our community grow stronger, get more jobs. And then it doesn't matter what happens, recession or not, we're going to still be in really good shape. And remember this, that your business is much like Anna talked about today on the program. It's a masterpiece. And to build that masterpiece that has a lot of success, that you can either make a lot of money or you can sell one day or leave a legacy to your family, you have to custom cut the right types of gems to put in there. And we were talking about it today. Custom cut the right emerald and put them in HR. Custom cut the right ruby and put them in charge of sales. And custom cut the right diamond to make sure they run operations so you can do what you do best and drive top-line revenue for your company. If you do that, you too will create a masterpiece, and that's the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
Thank you.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.